In a broken wasteland, come to my fire.
What's going on, metalheads? Thank you all for tuning in this week to the Metal Forge. My name is Mark Jackson. I am your host. This week we've got, as you can see in the screen here, a couple of the dudes from Mercifix who, ironically enough, are on tour with Satan by the time we're recording this. Going to be doing some awesome shit, playing some shows with them, but that's like last week by the time this is airing. So I don't know what the fuck's going to happen today. Brian, I've known you a few years. I met you at Mag Bar a few years ago, running sound for the fucking Mighty Midnight. Who do we have with us today? Who's over here?
Introduce yourself, Greg.
My name's Greg. I play guitar and do lead vocals for the band.
Hell yeah, dude. Thanks for coming in, Greg, Brian, Mercifix. Really quick, let's get this out of the way here. Simple rebranding just a few months ago, and now you've got the full thing going. You got the banner in the back behind you now. It's fucking awesome. I love the logo.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Who did the logo?
The logo was actually done by Lauren Gornick. You can look her up on Instagram, Gornick Illustration. She
Sure.
Does a lot of logos and album art designs and a lot of artwork in general for bands and specifically metal bands. She's really, really great. So she was able to draw up this logo for us, and we were very happy with it. So,
not the first time they've been mentioned on the Metal Forge here. Seems to be quality work, you know.
Absolutely.
And obviously it is, because it just screams thrash.
Yeah. And sorry, also shout out to Lurby Sanchez from Witch Haven. He actually put together the banner for us.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yep.
Like, so that's a thing these days, is like getting the it's like, what size backdrop do you get? You know, like, it's like, you can't, like, I've seen bands that play like tiny fucking places all the time, and they get this fucking like 20 foot by fucking 10 foot banner backdrop set up, and it's like, where the fuck are you gonna put that?
The answer is Europe.
Sure.
Yes, exactly. So, dudes, what's going on? How are things going?
Busy, really busy. We've been doing a lot as far as the well, first of all, just the name change by itself, and when that kind of came into reality, put our nose against the grindstone a little bit with some things. So putting together new artwork designs and getting merchandise together and getting all the social media presence and all the internet presence back together. And then on top of that, promoting this tour and trying to also finish a recording and also work and live our normal lives as well. So it's been a lot, but very busy, I would say.
Definitely. Yeah, that is a thing, you know, like going with a rebrand. Obviously, that's tough. And regardless of how much time you had under one name versus switching to the new one, even still, because that's new social media handles. Hopefully, you know, in a best case scenario, you can always change the current one that you've got. But sometimes that doesn't work. You've got to create new pages, and, you know, big cartels or Bandcamp or whoever you're changing, wherever your former name is. Yeah, that's rough to just sit there and just all kind of flip overnight, I guess.
Yep. Yeah.
And I'm sure at some point there's the confusion that comes along too. It's like, I thought you were this, and that, I mean, does that still happen? Hopefully not now, because it's been a few months.
I haven't had anything recently. I did have somebody ask if we still had any copies of our record under the old name. But other than that, I haven't really had anybody, talking to us about it. Everyone seems pretty aware.
So yeah, so tell me, I know, Brian, like I said, you're pretty much a road dog. You've been on tour, you do sound, you do tech work, you do all kinds of stuff.
I feel like I live on the road, and that's why this has been like a grind, because it's like a lot of this was even mixed on the road. Like Greg and I have just been kind of handling things like getting our ducks in the row and ready for this tour while I'm like still on tour in Europe. It's crazy.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, honestly, that's what's pushed this back quite a bit because we were going to get together and do a traitor interview. And then because things were going in all over direction of how that went, and then the rebrand and even still over the summer, this has been pushed a couple of times because of you being on tour and just not having the extra time.
Exactly. Just like physically getting me in a room like to do this is is tough. But we figured it's like, we wanted to have something to offer you and to promote the tour and all that and just let everyone know. So not just a regular interview, but just make it something special.
Definitely. So obviously you love playing music. But like if you had your druthers, would it be either or? Would you rather just be playing or do you like the tech work?
I do enjoy the tech work. It's like my dad asked me, he's like, so if like money was like no object, he's like, what would you be doing in your life? I was like, just dumping money into my band until we were famous.
And really, that's the unfortunate thing today. I mean, that's the unfortunate thing with being in popular music, no matter what it is. It's all a big just dump of fucking funding into.
Yep. But as far as the tech work goes, it really is it's great and I really enjoy it because there's like one, you get to see everything like all over the world, venues and just experience it all, like see bands you never thought you would see. Like literally every time I come back from tour, I see some bands that like I never thought I would actually see. Like this most recent time, the first times for Dark Angel and Emperor, like had not seen him in the USA prior to this. And it was cool just seeing him in Europe as like part of the deal with Midnight. So it's like I appreciate all that. And then from like just as an aspect of like, I have to have a job. So I'd rather have one that doesn't really feel like work. And then like just the thrill of like just running the sound for the band and just knowing like, when it comes out perfect, it's just like it's fantastic, for the fans, for me, for everyone.
Hell yeah. So sound guy question here. Would you prefer to your own rig or are you cool with fucking not having to carry that shit and just use what the venue has?
It's so if I had more help, I would prefer to use my own stuff. But it was like Magbar was a disaster. Like I feel bad talking shit on the venue, but it was like that
It's home
show.
base, man. Come on.
That show had no business being there. And literally, I went to, I'd been to Louisville before, and I want to say it was at this place called like the Diamond something. It was a huge
Diamonds,
place.
yes.
Yeah, it had like a dart room, a pool table room, and then like a giant, massive venue. And instead, we're in this bar that can barely hold 100 people, and it's just like nuts to butts, uncomfortable in there. It was what I call a mandatory mosh, where like there's no other option because it's just so packed. But it was just kind of a hassle. So I prefer my own stuff when possible. And it's just like from a professionalism, it's like Metallica or anyone, of a certain level caliber doesn't just roll up to a venue and use the house equipment. If they can bring their own, it's much more reliable.
Sure. No, I totally get that. You will know that they have updated the PA since you've been there.
I haven't. Hopefully I do want to play there. For Mercifix, I think Magbar would just be fine. But
Well, we
Midnight
need to
is
make
tough.
that happen because we need to make that happen.
Yeah.
We'll
Hopefully
get fucking overload down with you all and everything else and just do it.
Yeah.
So, as you're on tour promoting the new EP, correct?
We would like to call it a formal demonstration.
Formal demonstration.
Yeah.
Explain to me.
So basically, demo is just an abbreviation for demonstration. So we're just calling it demonstration of destruction.
Okay, that makes sense. I mean, because yeah, everybody just says demo. What's a demo? I mean, no, it's like I kind of fucking feel like saying that to like I'm Lars or something. Like, what's a demo? Like fucking. It's like, I mean, it's 3 songs or under or whatever. I mean, it's kind of whatever you want it to be, right?
Mhm.
I mean, from it goes to whatever, like shitty cassette tape, hand drawn covers from back in the day, or even when you don't have money to, getting actual jackets and shit printed. So what are we doing with this? I mean, are you actually going full out with production on it?
So the recording was done like with, I would like to say, a certain level of high quality production. Like this was actually self-recorded, and I have very fortunate to like have like a studio in my house. So we had to a certain amount of time more than you would to just kind of get this together and put it together and assess what we wanted to do for the demo as far as the recording process. So that was helpful. But when it comes down to the end, like you're gonna see it on tour if we still have some tapes left. It's gonna be like a
Well, you
DIY
better
effort.
at least save me one.
Yeah,
I
I will
need
save
so
you one.
like we do this thing on with the podcast network,
Mhm.
Flamekeeper. It's the parent company of the Metal Forge, the Ale Horn, and ossont&battery. So we've all had our own little individual shows of where we do things called unsleeved, and we do, just product fucking shit. Like, I don't know if that's actually showing up on my screen. It's pretty fucking blurred, but
But
it's like, we just show off the cool digs that we've got recently. We do that about once a month. So yeah, I need one to show off, dude. Come on.
all right, we will. I will save you a copy. But so as of now, like the tapes are arriving tomorrow. I literally went to. Got to give a shout out to Chev dude from Skulovich.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, so he runs Unchained Tapes and has a tape duplicator. So literally, I went by his house earlier today and picked it up, and we're gonna be dubbing the tapes probably tomorrow. So
Fuck yeah, man.
I mean,
Dude, and that is awesome about it because that's the fucking scene that's working right there. And it's like, you're a world traveler. I'm a United States traveler. Haven't been out of the country. And I'm not sure, Greg, you're out on the road, or you pretty much fixed to where you're at? I mean,
Yeah, I'm on the road with this guy usually.
awesome.
When the band tours, and then I am also in a similar field. I don't do sound for a big band like Midnight or anything, but I work for a production company. So I do travel for work.
Okay, so you know what's up.
Yep.
And like, so we have brushes with everybody, whether it be people in Seattle, Portland, Fresno, LA, Houston, Tulsa, Bend, fucking anywhere and everywhere. I'm pretty sure there's somebody that you both know that you could say, hey, we could hit up so and so in Tulsa. And I know he's got a fucking tape deck that we could use to make some extra fucking copies if we needed to. And that is like hitting up Chevy with Unchained Tapes, dude. That's fucking. I've had him on a couple of times, and dude, I've always touted Unchained Tapes on the Metal Forge.
Oh yeah, he put out my shitty punk bands tape. It's great.
He what?
He put out my shitty punk bands tape.
What was that?
It's called Rubbish, but it's a tape called Rubbish is only in it for the money and the chicks.
I don't have that one. He sent me, like, the last time I ordered some stuff from him, he sent me a couple of extra stuffs, some extra tapes, but that wasn't one of them. So
I'll see if I can bring it with me on tour and give you a copy.
oh hell yeah, dude. So like whenever you okay, so like this is wild as shit because I want to do this is so fucking funny. Jason and I with Flamekeeper, we're putting together FKR. It's a bootleg tape label.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem is I don't have a line on a duplicator service. And I don't really want to go old school and just like daisy chain a bunch of fucking Pioneer tape decks together and do it.
No, you don't want to do it that way.
But like but the first release we were going to do was the Magbar show with Midnight.
Oh, really? Yeah, I think I did record. Actually, I don't know if I recorded that one. That one was really chaotic.
I recorded that one.
I remember there being like all kinds of bass problems. Like it was.
Yes,
it
there
was a
was
hectic
all
night.
kinds of fucking issues. But yeah, so like going and getting a duplicator like that, that's the way to go.
So yeah, I mean, Philly's like very communal. We know a lot of the other bands around town. So just borrowing it from Chevy, and it's like the way I'm gonna do this. Like I have a plan, so it won't come out as shitty. Like as an audio person, and the end result as a fan. This is for the fans. I want you guys to have a good sounding cassette. So I'm gonna
Well, yeah.
run it through all my studio equipment into the duplicator. And then here's a pro tip for you. I've been told when you're actually doing the dubs, you only want to do like 5 copies off of one tape and then replace the master
That actually does make sense
because it's
because
a physical wear and tear thing.
sure, yeah, because it's that's a lot. That can kind of get time consuming.
You're telling me we're having the
Now,
tape party tomorrow?
well, the interesting thing is when you're doing 3 at a time, it does go a little bit faster if you're doing like 100 tapes or 200 tapes.
Yeah.
But what would be really cool is if, and I know somebody's probably done this. It's just not a mass marketed thing, but like I'm sure somebody has taken one of those 3 bangers and converted it to where you could plug in digitally and just run through the master head.
So that's how I have it kind of set up, but it's only designed for like it's gonna cut right digitally to tape, like to cassette. That's how I'm gonna actually make the master. But really, I would say you would need kind of a time machine to acquire one of those. You could, but like you figure how hard it is just to find like a multi CD duplicator and like to go even further back a multi tape duplicator. But
Oh
Chev
yeah.
does have
Oh
them.
dude, we get multi CD DVD duplicators all the time down here on Marketplace. Like I'll see them, and now I'm talking about it standing next to my phone here. I'm going to open Marketplace and there's going to be an ass load of them showing up now. And it'll be like 10 and they're like $100 for
Mhm.
like a 10 drive deal. And it's like I've so wanted to pick them up.
Yep.
But
They're
just
efficient.
but it's almost as if it's like, is it really worth it to do it these days? Because with places like Kunaki and Disc Today, and where it's like $100 or $118 for 100 CDs.
Yep. Yeah, that's the tape thing. It's just like pure DIY. Like we got to have something for tour, So we're just gonna
Yeah, and you got but it's a thing too where doing a tape release for bands like yourself or mine is perfect because it's considered a collectible at this point because a lot of people buy them just to have them.
Oh yeah, there's definitely the collectability and nostalgia factor in it. And these ones are cool. It's got the logo engraved in it and stuff, and it's cut to length, so it's not going to be like BS where it runs for like another half an hour, just dead time. Like,
Oh my gosh,
yeah, it's going to be a
those are
double
the
A spot.
worst.
Yeah, it's not that.
Those,
There is some level of quality going into this, and a
yeah,
DIY effort though, for sure.
yeah, those are always the worst. I think the Black Album cassette was that way, where it ran for like 10 extra minutes or 15 extra minutes on side B.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, probably to match side A. Like you
Yeah,
don't really have a choice.
then it's just like, ugh. It's like, what the hell? And then it's like on the CD, they, not on that one, but the secret track,
Yeah.
the gimmicks. So when y'all are getting ready, you're doing the setup. Tell me about the show. What do you all bring to the table?
I just try to execute it like with professionalism, and I'm a big fan of like the old school and the classics. Like whenever possible, Marshall full stacks, like Ampeg 810s, and double bass drum kit, and just the old school energy and attitude of like metal that was from like in my opinion like really cutting edge and the golden years of like 77 through like 85, and I might even take it to 89, but I'm going to end it at 92 for sure. but just really like treasuring that.
Wait a second. 77 to 85. You might go 89, but you're ending it at 92 for sure.
Definitely, at least for
Just say 92.
No, because 77 through 85. That's what this is.
Oh yeah, that's prime classic.
Yeah.
And honestly, I would seriously go to 86.
Yeah, I mean, 86 is Rain and Blood, Pleasure to Kill. Like there's
Master of Puppets.
Yeah, real extreme stuff coming out at that.
Yeah,
time.
so I mean, those are the albums that really put people on the map.
For sure.
Again, if you even just look at the Metallica metric, I mean, yeah, they were getting there with Ride the Lightning, but when Master came out, that was something completely different. They went on tour with Ozzy at that point.
Yeah, the Ozzy was the kingmaker back then.
Oh, dude, yeah. And I've said this many times before. So Live Aid in 1985, Black Sabbath reunited
in Philadelphia
for the first time.
Dude,
yes,
in Philadelphia, like where we live. Yeah.
And I've often said that I want to live in the timeline where that Black Sabbath that reunited stayed together.
Oh, dude, for a while I had like a picture of Tony Iommi like with like his like ridiculous tassel jacket from that show on my
phone. Yeah, with all the fucking crosses and shit.
Exactly.
Hell yeah, dude.
It's great. It's so 80s.
Do you rock anything like that on stage?
No, I like to adhere to the uniform, and like I stress this with the guys. I'm like again on Metallic, I'm like, just look how cool they look just wearing all black, just like some sort of consistency. And then I have been known to adorn the bullet belt.
Dude, hey, I've got mine hanging up on the guitar stand over here.
Yep.
I get it, man. I mean, look at me here. I totally get it. But so I've often thought that thrash metal falls into two camps. Which one are you? Boots or sneakers?
Oh man, that's a hard press. I'm application specific. I'll put it that way. Well, now that crowds are just weak, they're not what they used to be. But I used to assess going to a show if I needed to wear boots for like getting my toes destroyed. But now in my older age, I'm definitely I think going to go sneakers. I'm wearing sneakers right now.
Right. What about you, Greg?
I'm more of a sneakers guy.
Dude, I totally get it. I
love a good set of boots. I really do. But I think but I don't know. It's just for playing on stage, it's just comfortable for me. That's all it is. You know what I mean? It's just more comfortable. And it works.
And that's and that goes a long way. I mean, for the people that can do it, like for the show, the people that wear like the fucking platforms or fucking lifts or some shit. Oh, fuck. I wish I could. I'd probably fucking fall down because I move fucking a lot. I'm like all over the fucking place.
Yeah.
What's that?
It's also like it's also with just I guess from my influences, like watching Iron Maiden as a kid. Like they wore sneakers. Just high top Nikes, you know what I mean? So that to me is like, that's kind of my influence from that as well, so I never saw a need to wear boots. I like them, but sneakers are cool.
He did wear his work boots in the band photo though.
Oh yeah. I had to.
Oh no.
It's okay. They're black and they're steel toes, so they worked just fine.
And that's cool. I mean, as long as they're black, but if they're like the fucking Timberlands, fucking
no.
Like the duck boots where they're fucking like a brown fucking like the caterpillar boots that are like fucking like tan.
Ugh. I'm in the
that's always the worst.
I know all about that.
Seeing a band picture where everybody's dressed in black shirts, black pants, and black shoes, and one fucking person's wearing like a fucking set of tan fucking like dress boots.
It's great. Yeah.
What's the craziest thing you've ever seen like that band photo wise? I know you've seen a fuck ton.
Band photo wise? Oh, gotta be the Pro Fanatica album or the Pro Fanatica photo.
I don't think I'm familiar with this. Hang on.
they're just all naked in the woods, covered in blood. It's fucking ridiculous.
Oh yeah,
And
yes,
it's
yes,
probably
yes.
somewhere in North Jersey, which is even funnier to me.
All right. So the tapes are coming. We're having a tape party tomorrow, or maybe last week sometime when
We're in
people
a
check
time
the
warp
show
here.
out.
This is getting taped in advance, so
Yeah.
that's it.
Yes.
So the tape party will take place prior to being on tour, but
No, see, I'm going to call it here, man. Like, no, like this is no matter when people listen to this, if this is 10 years from now, they're still having the tape party tomorrow.
yeah, I mean, if you got the duplicate,
agree with that.
dude.
Yeah, I mean, like it's 2035. They're fucking listening to this on fucking some laser fucking archive somewhere. Fucking it, or it's beamed right to their heads at this point. 10 years, it might happen. And yeah, y'all are going to be recording some more tapes tomorrow. Hell yeah. So what's on the tour? What are you most looking forward to?
I'm sorry, say that again.
So touring with Satan.
Yes.
What are you most looking forward to?
I think for me personally, I'm looking forward to just hanging out with them. Really, I'm looking forward to. Brian has consistently said that Russ is like my English counterpart, and
he is,
and
so funny.
And I've seen that as well from the times that I've talked to Russ and hung out with Russ, and so I think actually having like a full, however many days to really get to know him and just hang out and have a couple beers or whatever it is that we do. I think that's going to be really fun. I think that's going to be a really good
Should trade places one show. No.
I mean, Russ can sing really well too.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Brian, what about you?
Again, seeing Satan every night is going to be great. Just I've toured with them before, but it's going to be like a lot of fun seeing those guys. But it's also nice just to be on the other side of the stage, if you will, actually performing. So just getting out there, and then we're really looking forward to just we're hopefully playing these Canadian shows and just really getting out there. It's going to be a couple first time cities for us. Technically, with this band, it's all first time cities. So
Sure.
just looking to have a good time. And then at this point, because we're still in the future right now, Randy's Fest. We're going to play it.
Dude, Blades of Steel is pretty fucking rad, man.
Yeah,
like
Brian Ross would harp constantly about. He's like, "We're not playing Blades of Steel, and that's the name of our song." He's just like, now they're playing it. There you go.
Yeah, dude. We played 2, the second one, and it was actually at Club Garibaldi, not actually in Madison. So we were in Milwaukee for that one, and dude, like. It was fucking great. We played with Screamer, fucking James Rivera. So I mean, I've got the flyer on the wall over here still, but no, it's just a super chill time. Everybody's fucking like just having a good fucking time. So shout out to Randy as always. The legendary feud between him and Bob is great. Just watching that unfold on Facebook is so fun. Just like it's legendary at this point, and it's funny that they meet up at other fests just to give each other shit.
Dude, my reply is always the same for that. It's just the Michael Jackson eating Tide Pods gift. It's great.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
That's definitely what I'm looking forward to. It'll be fun, and just having a good run of shows with Satan, and then definitely like some good opening bands. Greg, he would much lament sometimes when we go it on our own that he wouldn't be thrilled with a lot of the bands that would be playing with us.
Dude, I get it. I totally get it. And I'll just let you all know that we'll bring our A game. So, my band is actually opening at the Black Circle show, Ice Howl, with Mercifix and Satan on August the 30th. You probably, if you're watching this, you probably already missed it.
It's all right. We still got 6 days left. 6 days.
And we're making tapes tomorrow. Don't forget, tomorrow.
Yeah, and they're making tapes tomorrow. So what else you got for going for the rest of the year?
So we're hopefully gonna hit the road again this fall, and like if we do it right, we're gonna hopefully make it all the way down to Texas. So it's like I've done the map examination, and it looks like for us to get to Texas and back, we can do it in about 3 weeks.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of using the map when touring. We do it in a very geographical, logical way. But this tour, I mean, it was not booked by me. We're missing a couple cities in between, but it's all right. We'll do all right. You know, it's with Satan. And then, honestly, with the Satan tour, there's not going to be any shitty opening bands because they just won't let that happen. But I'm saying,
no.
yeah, when we go
No,
on,
absolutely not.
yeah, when we go on our own, it can be a little rougher.
Yeah.
However, we've definitely met a lot of cool bands like
Yeah.
along the way for sure. Like some cool surprises and stuff.
I know. I always feel bad. I don't mean to be an ogre when it comes to like the openers when we're out there because it's like, you know, there's nothing wrong with what they're doing. It's just all right, maybe it just wasn't quite what I was looking for, you know what I mean? And that's okay.
Yeah.
You know? But it's still I'll be like, oh, they're very good. It just, you know, I mean, maybe they were a stoner rock band or something and we're just thrash. And I'm just like, okay, would have been nice to have a thrash band, but it's all right. Either way, it's all about just having a good show, you know?
Well, and being a promoter myself, you know, it is very hard to get some like really good working bands together. Like in Louisville, I mean, I don't know of a particular amount of thrash bands in town. And I would almost lean where we were Overload was originally thrash. We've went more of like a kind of like a sludgy thrash route, even, you know. And so like, yeah, like getting the band that might be the fucking stoner doom or whatever. I mean, it might be the only thing, unfortunately.
Right.
But
dude,
sometimes that's cool with a mixed band.
Totally.
Bill.
Totally.
I mean, there was we were supposed to play with Solicitor one year, and it was like 2 thrash bands, and then somebody double booked a black metal tour. So it was like 2 thrash bands, a black metal band, a fucking like a doom band, and it was like holy shit. And it was all like on a Tuesday.
At the Mag Bar?
No. This is at another place in town.
Yep.
Portal.
Yep. But man, the other thing about the Mag Bar that was just so funny that day was like the day Midnight was in, it was the Kentucky Derby. So like there's all these ladies wearing like these like hats and got flowers and stuff. I'm like, man, it's like really fancy in this town. And I'm like, wait, it's the Kentucky Derby.
Yeah. Dude, that tour was fucking great because that night they were with Spirits Adrift and Spider.
Yep.
And such a fucking rad show the entire time. You know, I was the other day I posted pictures of my battle jacket. And I was thinking about it. I was like, oh yeah, Vanek signed that there.
Yeah. Hopefully we're gonna it'll be in the past, but we're recording this in the future. Hopefully we're gonna see him when we're in Cleveland.
Oh hell yeah. Super rad dude. I need to have him back on the show. It's been a couple of years. And now that he's kind of doing some other stuff, we want to find out how he's doing too, you know. So shout out to Vanek on that.
Definitely.
Want to go ahead and switch over? What's that?
Say see you soon, Sean. It's his first name.
Yeah. We had a whole discussion off camera and shit about that. He's like, well, it's this, but blah, blah, blah. I go to this and it's this on this app. And it's like, oh shit, dude.
My favorite is when people just approach him at shows that are like, are you Paul?
Yeah. and the spelling differences too.
Yeah, it's spelled different too.
It's EK, IK. It's like it's like yeah. So yeah, let's go ahead and switch over to Derailed here. Some random questions about you all as people. They range anything, not necessarily music related. It's just, some fun shit. What are you pretending not to know?
I don't even. That's a loaded question. I don't know. I guess my ignorance to the Instagram. All I know is it's important, but I just block it all out. Life is much simpler that way.
I have to tell Brian sometimes, please get an Instagram just so you can keep up with the band page. That's all I ask. You don't have to have your own Instagram. I just want you to help with the band
Yeah,
page.
I just tell them, I'm like, my phone has told me we have an Instagram message. I'm like, please try and reply to it. I reply to them. Somehow I can work the messenger, and they know I'm using it because I drop a lot of Cardi B gifs in there. That's how they know.
Dude, it's really not bad. Like, once you learn how to navigate business suite, and I don't get excited for anything meta anymore because fuck Mark Zuckerberg. Fuck Mark Zuckerberg because I'm zucked and I'm fucking blacklisted and fucking shadow banned and all that shit. But fuck you, we're still rolling, motherfucker. Anyway, I digress. They finally allowed to the scheduled posting of reels. And and I just did it earlier this week for the first time. And I'm just like, thank fucking God. I can fucking schedule this and I don't have to fucking remember to fucking take it from YouTube, post it on Facebook. I can just schedule them the same time.
Nice. That's what's up.
But yeah, that would be my answer. My ignorance to the social media.
The ignorance to
it's willful ignorance. Now you have
deliberate ignorance.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Shoot, I guess deliberate ignorance. Sometimes I deliberately. I don't know. I don't know. No, never mind. I don't know. I'm not sure what I deliberately because here's the thing. I usually don't really have a lot of things there's a lot of things I don't know and that I don't end up doing, but because I just don't. I don't take the time for it. Something I would deliberately not know.
Is it something though that you could have done? Like you could have walked yourself through easily and you're just like, because I don't know, fuck it. Because I think that would play into that. If it's something that you can look
something, maybe
if
something
you could
like that.
That's the way I think of that question. It's like something that I know I could probably do, but because I'm not officially trained on said task.
Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah. I guess there are some things I can't think of a specific example. I'm sorry.
Right on, man.
I'm striking out.
How do you motivate yourself when you're feeling your least productive?
Do you mind if I start?
Go ahead, Greg.
To motivate myself when I'm feeling the least productive, I have to I remind myself to do just one thing at a time. And I also look at the easiest way for me to get started. Because what happens is, for example, if my goal is to get myself dressed to go to an event, then I say, sit up out of bed and put your feet on the floor. That's it. And that's my first start. Then after that, I just say, put your shoes on. You know what I mean? And just one little thing at a time and really just focus in on that first thing. And that helps me stay motivated. And as I keep accomplishing the little tiny things, even as small as just getting up and putting my feet on the floor, that motivates me to keep going. And then eventually I complete an entire task. That's how I do it.
Hell yeah, man. I'm kind of the same way. It's like when I'm not feeling it, I'm just like, all right, I got to get the fuck up. Then that's where I just draw it. And it's like, And it's like it flips that switch to, like you said, just put your feet on the floor. Just get up.
Yeah, that's it. Because sometimes,
First step.
Yeah, because sometimes, especially I know for myself, when I start thinking about like, oh, I have to go to this thing. Well, oh my gosh, what's it going to be like? How many people are going to be there? What are they going to be like? Like then I just start getting myself overwhelmed and nothing gets done.
The social anxiety, yeah.
100%.
Build it up in your head. And honestly, that's a thing that I think a lot of older people in the scene deal with now, especially, just anything, fucking it's easier to watch Netflix or fucking Alien Earth on Hulu or some shit, Brian, what about you?
I feel like
you're like super productive because you do like you're on tour all the fucking time and like you've got to be productive.
Exactly. I was gonna say I have no choice. Like it's just shit has to get done, and I'm working on like deadlines and timelines and just making stuff happen, and it's really just a mental checklist and just kind of doing it. And I mean, I just sleep a lot, so it's really like as long as I get enough sleep when I'm up, and I'm like getting the stuff done, And then like really like Greg, like especially with this band, it's like he and I just kind of, I mean, we've been doing it for a long time. We just work well together as a team and just like are handling different things, like especially for getting this tour ready. Like he would handle the merch, I would do the stage plots and tech advances. He booked the hotels, like I'm mixing the recording. So it's just really just like kind of a team. And that honestly helps with the productivity. It's kind of like a synergetic thing. We're just like getting it done.
Yeah.
But literally, I guess the real answer is I don't have choice. And I just have to stay on.
No, absolutely. Because like I said, you're working on deadlines and stuff like that, what it's in, and we'll ask this question in a minute too. It's like, Ian in This is Spinal Tap, where he's like, I'm locating fucking guitar strings and fucking.
I gotta find mandolin strings in the middle of fucking nowhere in Texas.
Yeah, and well, the funny thing is, he said it's like Houston or some shit, and it's like, dude, you could probably find mandolin strings in fucking Houston pretty easily.
Play those down there. Mandolin strings might be tough up here.
Yeah,
country
for sure.
Instruments are not that big in the Philadelphia region.
Right. Yeah, and so yeah, do you feel like that sometimes when you're just like you've got to track shit down and you're just like fuck?
I guess really like what I guess drives me nuts is, and this is more a European problem because it's all flights a lot of the time, is they keep losing your luggage, or what's particularly annoying to me is the arbitrary enforcement of what they take and allow in security checkpoints and bags. I've had so much stuff taken at airports, not taken by the same thing at other airports, and it's just like such a hassle at this point. I've like at least 3 or 4 crescent wrenches have gone to various airport security. One time it was a knife. That was my fault. But, just that kind of stuff. It's just like, touring can be hard enough. And then they're like losing your shit on top of it. Like there's like the joke about midnight is like every time we get to Europe, the first thing we have to do is find a mall so they can buy stage clothes because their luggage is lost.
Damn.
Yeah,
dude, that is like some of the worst shit ever. Fucking, and they'll put me on a no-fly list for this, I'm sure. But that is some of the worst fucking shit. When you go into an airport and you're going through security and you buy a Coke in the fuck and you don't even have it open and they want you to drink it or toss it.
Yeah, exactly. I'm waiting to cross the airport that lets you take a drink past security. That's going to be the greatest airport ever.
No shit.
Well, they don't. They make you throw it out. But what I do find really funny is like in a lot of international airports, they have like little like smoking cubicles, and it's just like a big cloud, and there's just always like 10 people, and they're just smoking cigarettes like crazy. It's so funny. They got it in Vegas, but it's just like everywhere overseas.
So I did want to ask, with you being on tour, you see so much fucking shit, and Greg, you as well, in being in doing stuff like that. Give me a Spinal Tap moment. You guys actually get that reference because,
Absolutely.
because of what it is. The kids today don't understand it. The 22-year-olds.
Yeah, I feel like the Spinal Tap moments just happen all the time where it's just like, is this actual reality? But like that kind of stuff is like it happens more often than not. Like that I can't even think of it because it's like on top of just like being midnight sound guy and playing in this band and stuff, it's like I work full time in this business. Like I work as a professional sound guy and then as like a stagehand in the IOTC local union here. So it's like the Spinal Tap shit just happens like day in, day out. It's like it's hard for me to even pinpoint it at this point.
Right on.
Just touring is just so ridiculous. It's just like the amount of like, is this really happening type stuff.
Personally, I like it when like
I'll tell you when I like because I'm just a fan of a show. Like I like a good crash and burn. So it's like I like when venues are getting pissed off at bands and stuff like that, or bands are getting pissed off at bands. That I appreciate some entertainment at not my expense, but even at my expense, that kind of stuff. But when a show becomes a show.
Yeah.
I just totally got the Alfred thing here saying, you can't fix him. Some men just like to want to watch the world burn.
Yeah.
The drama between bands and venues and bands and bands and
just any of that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it when like the inflatables don't inflate or backdrops fall down.
That kind of stuff happens on here's like actually I can think of one now at so it was in Portland, Oregon, and it was the leg 2 of the Midnight Headline Tour, and it was with Necrofire and Early Moods, and literally Midnight's intro is like already playing and the stage is blacked out and they're still pulling the Necrofire banner down. Like it doesn't.
Oh shit!
Yeah, and then actually on this most recent tour, they had like a video wall at this one festival, and they like couldn't get initially like the Midnight image like shining right, so it was not the full name spelled out. And I'm just telling the video guy, I'm like, look, if you can't get this right, I'm like, just turn it off.
Yeah, I mean, dude, it's happens. Like being like a production manager. Like being a fucking production manager of a band and you're fucking up there doing it, it pisses you off in the moment because it makes you feel like you look fucking stupid.
Oh, dude, I do. And I mean, I'm grateful for Midnight not firing me and Exciter, but I've done like dumbass shit where it's like basically like I remember specifically one time I had an Exciter intro or outro like still muted and I went to cue it up and I'm like, oh, no sound. And then it's just all of a sudden like just explosion out of nowhere. I'm like you can't make this stuff up.
Oh no, not and
played the outro for an intro, that kind of stuff.
I think Brian told me in this business, you always learn a lesson the hard way.
Oh yeah, it's always
the hard way. It's never like, oh, that's okay, just do it better next time, or like, oh, just do it this way next time. It's always like you screw it up and you look bad, and it's just okay. You have to wear it and move forward. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, because tomorrow's another show.
That's it, man.
Yeah,
and it's not always gonna be the fucking same mistake. It might be.
Yeah. And there's like other ones where I've just had that it's like so like working in the business, like on the back end side, when you're like working the show, the goal is not to be part of the show. But there's times where it's like basically like I knew it was gonna happen. Like specifically one time doing sound for Wanda Sykes, like the comedian, and it was during COVID time, so I had to like literally go on stage and switch her mic out for her, like for her personal microphone. And at the time I had like a ridiculous 70s mustache and just always my long hair. And I'm like, man, I know she's just going to rip me when I go on stage. She's like, I didn't know one of the Doobie Brothers was going to be switching my mic out. I was like, it's just stuff like that.
Dude, that's something else. I share an experience like that as well with Jake the Snake Roberts.
That's cool.
I was running his sound at the Tiger Room here in Louisville, and when doing our thing. Is there anything I can do for you? What do I need to do for you to start your show? Can you pick the old WWF music? Play it. I was like, I got you. Fucking play it. His girlfriend announces him on stage. He immediately goes, "Can somebody please shut that shit off? It follows me everywhere." Like, you motherfucker.
He just set you up.
I was like, you fucker. And it's just like, romp. Yank it as fast as you can. Dudes, so what was yours, Greg? Did you have one?
Yes, I do have one.
Or 5? I don't care. These are great stories.
I have a couple. But I think this one was my favorite. It was the most. I think this was in the most character of the Spinal Tap sort of scenario. So, I remember I was in another group and I was playing bass for them, etc. Anyway, this company comes up to us and they talk to our management and they say, "Hey, we want to put you guys on a tour. We want to like video record this thing. It's going to be on a bus, and we want to like put this on like Roku TV and all this other thing." Anyway, it was supposed to be almost like a reality TV show kind of thing. Anyway, unfortunately, it was all just very lame and very poorly organized. So it was a terrible experience, and I still have like issues with those people to this day, even though it was like years ago now. So yeah, it was a bad I have a lot of bad blood with some of those people. It was just not good business, and they did a lot of bad things. But in the end, this was part of that was just kind of like a little bit funny. They even went through the trouble of asking us for like a rider and equipment and things that we would need, because we were going to be traveling from here in the Philadelphia area to the West Coast. And we were going to do like 6 or 7 days all up and down the West Coast in California, Las Vegas, like Oregon, things like that. So I went ahead and I put together a rider for us. I said, this is the kind of stuff that we use, and these are the amps we want, and et cetera, et cetera. Well, so we had 3 guitar players in the band. So we had 3 guitar amps that we were requesting. And I remember the guy said, "Well, oh man, we can only do 3 amps total. So like either you get a bass amp and you only have 2 guitar amps, or you get 3 guitar amps and you'll just have to use like a DI box or something." And so me being like I know, right, exactly. So it's like, this is when like you start thinking to yourself, well, okay, the Mickey Mouse bullshit is now starting to set in.
Guerrilla Productions?
No. Yeah, right. Then this is when you start thinking to yourself, like, are they for real? Like, okay. So finally he says to me, well, so I said, I was like, fine, screw it. I'll be a good bandmate here. I was like, just give me a DI box so I can run into the PA system that we have at whatever venue. I was like, and make sure I have a guitar amp for my 3rd guitarist. They said, okay, sure, no problem. So we get there and I see 2 guitar amps and I'm like, okay. And I'm thinking to myself, I see my DI box. I'm like, okay, that's cool. And I'm thinking to myself, where's the 3rd amp? And as soon as I say that, the guy walks up with it and says, "Here you go, right here." It was a practice amp about this big around.
Oh my God.
And this was the amp that he said that he would let us use for having a bass amp. And you can imagine from there where the conversation went and what this was. So, and then the best part though was I wasn't going to have to use it though. My guitarist was going to have to use it. So I went up to him and I said, "Hey buddy, they're going to put a microphone right in front of this thing for you every night of the tour." And just every single night I had to watch his face as he's using that thing and watching them mic it and watching him use it and just keep looking at it, looking at me angry, looking back at it, looking at me
That's
angry.
definitely like Stonehenge.
Yeah, it was straight up Stonehenge, Spinal Tap, everything. And that was every single night I had to just look at his face every night. So that was the part that was funny, but unfortunately it was bad business all the way around. But that was the part.
There's video of all this?
Yes, and that's a whole other funny story. If you want me to get into that, tell you what's going on with that.
Oh, sure. I mean, so is it not debuted anywhere?
No, it's not. So it's been 4 years since we filmed that now, right? And what happens is this company wants to apparently keep. They are trying to get people to edit the footage so that they can put it out, right?
Right.
Well, they're trying to do everything low budget, and they're trying to not pay people for their work.
Oh,
So,
shit.
so basically, what happened was they tried to get one guy to edit the footage, and finally he just said, "Well, I'm not editing anymore until you give me more money." And they said, "Okay, well, we'll take what you've done and give it to somebody else then."
Oh my god.
So then
Jesus
so they
Christ.
go to this next guy, and this guy's company did about $20,000 worth of film edits for them, and they paid them about $4,000, and they wanted the footage back. And they said, "Absolutely not. You're not getting the footage back. And like until you give us another, whatever it was, 16 grand or whatever they owed." And so what happens is now this literally almost turned into this guy, one of the guy who wanted to get the footage back for the company. He knew the guy who was doing the editing, and it turned into a thing where he was threatening to come to his house, and
Oh,
he was gonna
shit.
beat him up, and he was going to come out like, oh yeah, it got totally crazy. And so this is what and you can see this is the kind of stuff that was just perpetually going on during this entire process. And now I'm just like, why did I get involved in this effort to begin with?
You know what it
So-
sounds like?
But I check in every now and again with people that are in the know, just so I can be like, any news yet? And they're just like, oh yeah, this is going on. I'm like, okay, gotcha.
That's insanity.
Yeah.
It honestly sounds to me like they're fucking former government employees trying to scam everybody.
Eh,
You know what I'm saying? Like they learned how to scam people, then they lost their job somehow, and now they're trying to apply that same scam to, the editors and the band and everything else. It's trying to, like I said a minute ago, was this Guerrilla Productions? If you remember those fucking dudes, like the pay to play fucking people.
Oh, these people definitely like that though. 100%.
That's terrible shit.
Oh yeah. No, we
Dudes,
lost. Go ahead.
I've got one more question, but before we get to it, as always, links they're listed below. So please give likes, shares, follows. Go do all the things and all the stuff. Go see these dudes on tour because it was, recorded into the future last week. So you saw them on tour. You bought the fucking tapes. You did all the stuff and you supported where you should have. Good for you. That's fucking metal. I don't know. I just kind of went off on a tangent there. That's why we called this Derailed.
As of the future, there's still 6 shows left.
Okay, so go see fucking more shows.
Yep. If you haven't, if the tour hasn't come through yet, we still have 6 shows left.
Mhm.
Hell yeah. Dudes, do y'all have any shout outs or anything else you'd like to promote today?
Well, shout out to the guys in Satan, shout out to Jarvis, and shout out to Heavy Talent for the opportunity and putting together this tour with us. That sounds proper to me.
Yep. And then, Greg, you want to plug the Bandcamp link?
Yes. So Bandcamp, you'll find us at Mercifix. That's MERCIFIX.bandcamp.com for all your merchandise needs. We will have shirts, we will have patches, we will have stickers, and we will have a tape ready for you guys. And then everything else, look up Instagram's just at Mercifix. We are one of one. And then the Facebook is going to be facebook.com/Mercifix2025.
Then 2 more. Want to shout out Randy at Blades of Steel for getting us on the fest. We also want to refer to that as the Philadelphia takeover of the fest, because that day also Breaker and Crip Sermon are playing that day as well. So
Fuck yes.
3 Philly bands on that day. And then got to give a shout out to you, Mark, for hosting us. Thanks.
Absolutely. Shout out to
Forge
Mark.
Radio.
Any fucking time, dude. Like fucking
Been a long time coming.
It has been because, just like I said, fucking meeting you a few years ago at the midnight show during it was Oaks Day is what it was. It was the Friday of the Kentucky Oaks, which is the mayor race on Friday. And then the Derby's the Saturday. But just a fucking blast of a show coming up and talking with Midnight and everything up in the green room at the Mag Bar. And we, just kind of fucking been bullshitting each other ever since, which is totally fucking rad. And then, dude, I've actually got it right in here. Let me shit. Fuck it. Here they are. My pick box is what this is.
Oh, do you have a
And
Vanek one in there?
I don't have a Vanek one in there, but I do have the DD pick that you gave to me in
Oh,
here.
yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
And
yeah.
it was awesome to get a DD pick when he was not on tour with the band.
That's true. Yeah, because I still had all his picks with me. Because he came back later in the tour to do the end of it. Yeah.
Yeah. But at my particular show, and dude, that was a rad fucking show. That was a rad tour.
King Diamond loved that theater. That theater is beautiful, man.
It is.
Like, so I've toured with King Diamond and Merciful Fate. King Diamond like prefers a proper theater and Merciful Fate over a regular like Live Nation type venue anytime. He just feels like it adds to the performance. Just having
It does.
like it's
And
like a true theatrical experience.
no, and I'm totally down with that. And you know, the cool thing is like I was just going through this with some other bands, and it's just like, you know, we talk about being, you know, in production and shit like that, you know, where you're old school, you like to see the amps on stage and all that stuff.
Yep.
Me, I like to not see that stuff and put out a show like, you know, columns and, you know, and in the very and backdrops and stuff, very much to the degree of like it's so wild to see King and Merciful Fate, their respective shows, but it's just scaffolding.
It's the steps. King loves the steps. My nickname for King Diamond is the Stairmaster.
Dude, I mean, totally. I mean,
from like a production end, I'm sure he owns those things, and it's like they're gonna use them like as needed. Because it's like I want to say even like the first time I saw King in 2015 when he came back, that they had some of that. But it's a very elaborate stage setup, like from like working backstage, like. There's like quick changes. There's all kinds of stuff like that. They also do like banner switches, which actually I'm a huge fan of. An oldie but a goodie is a mid-show banner switch, and I love a kabuki reveal drop. And actually, when it spinal taps, when it doesn't drop right, and then they're like just yanking it, and only half the band showing.
yes.
I have seen it, man. I have seen it, but that a good old banner switch. But I mean, I get the theatrical thing, but it's just like I guess one of my favorite album covers of all time is like Exciter's Heavy Metal Maniac, and it's just like the arm with the tattoo and the stiletto just cutting a Marshall open and it's bleeding. Like,
Yeah.
I'm a fan of like the old school attitude of metal.
And dude, so you worked with Midnight on the Merciful Fate tour.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
yeah.
so dude, like even then, like with Merciful Fate's deal, like the way the stage setup looked all fucking marble.
Yeah.
Dude, that was awesome. Fucking even like the backlighting of the actual backdrops that are the drapes where they would have the fucking logos on them and shit, but you wouldn't see them unless they were lit up perfect. And it's dude, that shit is so fucking rad.
Yeah.
So I like when it comes to that, like, yeah, I'm total fucking stage show fucking I kind of agree with Lemmy. Any five dudes can get on a stage and play a show. Bringing an actual experience to somebody is something different.
Yeah, for sure. And that's why like Midnight has taken off the way they have, because it's a show, man. They bring it every time.
Oh, absolutely. No, totally. So my final question of the day is, what advice would you give yourself 3 years ago?
3 years ago?
I can start if you want me to.
Yeah, go with that one, Greg.
I would tell myself, stop listening to everybody else and go with your gut. That's what I would give myself, because some people need a little guidance every now and again. That's true, and that's okay. But if talking to myself 3 years ago, I would have said, stop listening to everybody, go with your gut, and do what you need to do. Yeah, that's what I would do.
Hell yeah.
I guess for me, I'm just kind of on this like 10-year plan, if you will. And so it's like, I feel like if I could have given my younger self advice, that would have probably been smarter, That but yeah, I'd say, I'm just like kind of focusing in my lane. If anything, probably just work with the union more. That's it.
Right on. Yeah. So, and that's the other side of this question, because this is a two-parter, is what would you like to instill, like, have 3 years from now?
A Mercedes Sprinter van.
Ooh. So
Luxury
yeah, so
vehicle.
now we've
That's a
got
luxury vehicle, sir.
A luxury
dude,
vehicle.
they're like
They're
100
all-
fucking grand.
I don't want that one. Like Philadelphia destroys your vehicle. It's like literally, I have this like lot by my house, and it's like entering the demolition derby. Like no car comes out unscathed. We
Oh,
just accept it. If you come to Philly, you'll just see like every vehicle's like mildly busted up, like even the nice ones.
Yes.
dude, that's just goes with your all's fucking, like, your fucking up there.
Yeah,
The real metal, fucking.
for sure. Yeah, it's like I guess it's just like kind of like a East Coast attitude. It's just like kind of like the weather is brutal up here and the people are just mean sometimes. It's a way of
Now, are
life.
you both Philly, like, born and bred?
No.
So I was born in this like crazy city called Chester, Pennsylvania, and it's like basically if the two worst neighborhoods in Philadelphia just formed one city. But that's not where I grew up. I grew up in the immediate suburbs outside in a section of Upper Darby called Drexel Hill, but it's like some of the lineage of where I'm from is like Todd Rundgren's from there. And
Oh,
so it's
cool.
yeah, Jeff LeBar, the late Jeff LeBar from Cinderella. It's also from where I grew up. But yeah, I just moved to Philly when I was 18 and I'm 37 now, so I've been here more than half my life and it's just I'm just accustomed to it. As Overkill said, I was hypnotized by those city lights, just growing up.
Definitely, dude.
But I like to say Greg, he's he's an honorary Philadelphia because he's here 5 to 6 days a week. But I will say he's officially legit when he stops using his GPS to get around everywhere in Philly. And mind you, he's been coming to Philly all the time for 10 years.
Yes.
Damn. So
Yeah.
you're coming in from the suburbs then.
So I
Describe your city, Greg.
I'm in I was born and raised in a bum ass city called Wilmington, Delaware. Wilmington, or some people call it has a lot of nicknames. One of them is a Kilmington, Delaware.
Oh.
That's another one. Born and raised in Wilmington, Delaware. And I have been coming up to Philly for the band for the last 10 years plus. And 2 years ago, started actually working in the city and still doing the band in the city. So I'm up in the city 5 to what feels like sometimes 7 days a week. Yeah. And and like Brian was saying, I can actually get around most of the city without my GPS now. So I am an honorary Philadelphian.
Fuck yeah. So what? I mean, family back in.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there was
I get that.
so there was a lot over the years. There's been a lot of changes, a lot of different things. I actually did rent a room in Brian's first house in Philly, back on Siegel Street. I did rent a room for just a little bit. But it's always been either like I owned a business in Delaware for a little while, so that kept me from actually moving to Philly. I had different jobs in Delaware and also family in Delaware at the time. And I was living on my own until 2020. But then, my mom lost her job, brother lost his job. Now, brother went to rehab, and now my father's ill. So I'm actually staying home to help out with my father.
Dude, I totally get that, man.
Yeah.
I mean, Gotta help them out, as much as you can, especially if you're in a good relationship with them.
Yeah, totally.
So fuck yeah, dudes. Brian, Greg, fucking, I don't know. Thank you guys. I look so forward to actually seeing you all here at Black Circle next Saturday.
Yeah, we'll see you in a week.
Can't wait to see you too.
Yeah, and then
I mean, it's going to be a blast.
Are you coming to Blades of Steel as well?
No,
Well, I know it's kind of far from you. Yeah,
it's 8. So Milwaukee's 8 hours from me,
and that's another 2 past, right, to get to Madison.
It's more like central, so it's probably about the same.
Okay,
but yeah, dude, I can't. I wish I could. I've got to work that same day too. So
we all have jobs. I guess.
I'm 2 hours from Indy, so
yeah, that's much more convenient. Yeah, because I know, like, just from traveling, like Louisville can and you're real close to Ohio too, right?
So I like to call this like it's like the circle of hell because it's Louisville, but 2 hours west is Evansville. 4 hours west is St. Louis. 5 hours northwest is Chicago. 2 hours north is Indy. 6 hours north is Detroit. And 5 hours is Cleveland. 3 hours is Columbus, Dayton, and 2 hours is Cincinnati. And 3 hours south is Nashville. So
that is like a pretty centrally located for driving.
Yeah.
But everybody hits around us.
Oh, dude, I mean, I have a joke that with Amos from Rippin' Productions.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, I call it the Philly skip. And anytime he books a tour, there's no Philly show, I just immediately reply, Philly skip detected. Yeah, but it's like, with us, it's kind of, I guess if Philly is skipped, we have the convenience of, like, we're under 2.5 hours from New York, like, if traffic is cooperating. And then, like, Baltimore and DC are inside of 2 hours. So it's like, we're very spoiled. Like, when people drive like 4 or 5 hours to do a show, I'm like, man, that is like some serious commitment. Like, in Philly, especially with like the scenesters and stuff, it's just like you can barely get them to leave a show to like come to a show in their own city, like a show that is under 20 minutes away from them, that kind of
thing. Sure.
We're a little spoiled like that.
And the good thing about Louisville is there's traffic, but like it's such different traffic than what you all are accustomed to.
Yeah, it's our city's like over 300 years old, so like all the roads are tiny, and getting cars down them was like totally an afterthought.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's why all our cars are damaged.
Right.
You'll see my van.
It's not just because people be in dick bags.
It's like literally not. I feel normal people do it too.
But like here, like where I am, I'm just inside Indiana. I'm like from like Magbar, I'm like 7 or 8 minutes from where I live. And it's all highway for the most part until I get to downtown, and I'm like, or Old Louisville. And then I'm just like right there. Same place, same thing for the fucking Palace where you were. I'm like 10 minutes from it.
Man,
and yeah, so it's like I totally get the travel deal. And
did you ever think King Diamond was going to come to Louisville?
So he actually came in 2019 the first time.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. And then when they did the Merciful Fate reunion, we were hoping we were going to get it in Louisville. But
no way. It was only 14 shows. So it was
so when they announced that, and I was I was talking about it, and I was like, dude, they've got to go to Cincinnati at least.
Yeah, I went to
and they did. And I mean, because it was like the only Ohio show.
It was, correct.
And it was just like, I kind of figured that, they knew they were taking midnight. So it was almost as if they, it was cool that they did an Ohio show.
For sure.
Because, fucking Ohio metal's some pretty fucking badass shit too.
It's great. It honestly, like, at least, I mean, sometimes we've had some rough shows in Ohio, but it's the scene there is great. Like honestly, it's like very organic, and the metal that comes out of there is awesome.
Well, I mean, the cool thing is it's like most of Ohio like turns out, for other Ohio, it seems like, because Cincinnati, Dayton, Columbus, Cleveland, you've got all those cool fucking like those cities, and it's
they're
like
all really close, relatively speaking.
yeah, and they're all like really cool. They all have their own like distinct bands that come from them,
Yeah.
And don't forget Ripper and Akron.
Yes. We'll be stopping in Akron.
Hell yeah.
Gonna hang out with LeBron James for a bit.
Yes. Yes. Dudes, thank you so fucking much. This has been a blast.
Thanks for having us, Mark.
We got a little bit more content there for everybody in a content driven world. Ryan, learn how to fucking Instagram.
I was gonna say, feel free to just like chop up the demo and drop it in as you want, and we'll see if I'll see if I can get you like a tour flyer to send to use as well.
Oh, I've got it.
You have it? Okay.
But no, on our way out today, you actually get to pick the fucking song you want me to play.
Oh, what do you want, Greg?
You're gonna leave it up to me.
It's off your demo.
Yeah, I mixed it. Greg can pick it.
The song is called The Mercifix.
The Mercifix.
Not what I would have chose, but we'll let Greg have it.
Fuck yeah.
Hey metalheads, you like tattoos? Of course you do. If you're in the Louisville, Kentucky area, come on over the bridge to Clarksville, Indiana, and get you some ink done at Ageless Art. If ink isn't your thing, they have a piercing studio as well. Visit agelessartclarksville.com to see some frequently asked questions, meet the staff. The shop is open Monday through Thursday, 12 to 8 p.m., Saturdays, 12 to 10 p.m., and Sundays, 12 to 6 p.m., all appointment-only spots. You can set up your appointments by phone at 812-283-1793 or email agelessarttatoosandpiercing@gmail.com and someone will get you set up for your first or your next tattoo or piercing.
Hey metalheads, after going to a rager, what's your ultimate go-to? Mine is totally pizza. So when Overload is playing, or I'm promoting the Metal Forge live showcases, or the big goddamn metal show, I go to Pizza Donisi. Pizza Donisi is gourmet artisan pizza from right here in Louisville, Kentucky. It features things like the pizza of the month, the sandwiches, and also vegetarian and vegan options, which is so totally fucking cool for all of it's awesome pizza. You definitely want to go. Hey, and also from time to time they do cannolis. Oh, so fucking good. You know what they said, man? Leave the gun, take the cannoli. Yeah, just like that in Godfather. They're located right next to the Mag Bar at 1396 South 2nd Street. So either stop in or call in at 502-213-0488. They're open till midnight. The witching hour.
Heineken? Fuck that shit! Pabst Blue Ribbon!
Hey metalheads, you all hear me talk about Mag Bar all the time. It is the home to the Metal Forge live showcases and is an integral stop in the ultimate underground metal tour schedule. They obviously feature live music, but the Mag Bar also has daily specials like Pint and Slice Night on Tuesdays with Pizza Donisi. But they also do Bring Your Own Vinyl on Thursdays with DJ Kent Jackson, and Finer Things Sundays. Located right next to Pizza Donisi at 1398 South 2nd Street, open 3 p.m. to 4 a.m. 7 days a week. Get your asses out to the Mag Bar. Rock out. For 45 years and keeping Louisville weird, Electric Ladyland has been there for all your eccentricities. While they do offer the best smoking supplies out on the market today, there's a whole lot more to check out. From ashtrays and blacklight posters, to records, incense and burners, and items to stock your metaphysical supply. They're open from 10 to 10, 7 days a week. Located at 2325 Bardstown Road in Louisville, Kentucky, and at electricladyland420.com. Roll out. In 2017, one man's vision and passion for all things metal started out as a record store in his house. Years later, the fight against a mainstream empire continues as Shade Beast. An independent metal collective and online store based in Athens, Georgia, is the world's premier heavy metal brand for music heads that value authenticity over the mainstream acceptance. Featuring original t-shirts from some of the best underground artists, as well as stickers, posters from the Shade Beast Presents concert series.
Unique, one-of-a-kind collectibles and small curated selection of vinyl and cassettes from the masters old and new. Visit shadebeast.com and enter promo code SithLord for free domestic shipping on your first order, whether you're a new customer or returning. And be sure to join the Shade Beast social groups on Facebook and the interwebs to keep up with the new release announcements and talk all things metal and Star Wars. You'll never find a more wretched hive of scum and filth.
Welcome to the night. You think you know Night Demon? Then the Night Demon Heavy Metal Podcast is for you. Step into the darkness as we peel back the curtain to give you an unprecedented, all-access look into the mind and the heart of the demon. We're talking band history, song analysis, studio anecdotes, stories from the road. It's everything a diehard Night Demon fan could want and more. This is the only place to learn the inside scoop, the deep dive trivia, the untold tales from the band members themselves and those closest to the Night Demon story. Need more? The sacred Night Demon Crypt will be pried open to reveal demo recordings that have never before seen the light of day, all with in-depth commentary by the band and the people who were there for the writing and recording process. This is a gold mine, a treasure trove of all things Night Demon. Head over to nightdemon.net or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Since 2013, there has been a calling from the underground, from the graves of all those unholy, and they decided to make a zine to talk about all of this. Soul Grinder Zine! An independent metal zine to keep you informed on all things metal and horror from the underground. Available in both print and digital formats, they're bringing you the best interviews and reviews out there today. Not only do they do the zine, but they also do compilation CDs. Check them out at facebook.com/soulgrinder.zine and start your subscription now. Hey everybody, let me tell you about the new sponsor to the Metal Forge, Unchained Tapes. They're an independent Pennsylvania tape label. They focus on extreme metal and punk with a killer approach to the tape scene. Visit their web store at unchainedtapes.bigcartel.com now to get your fill of tapes. And for being a Metal Forge listener, enter the code METALFORGE10 at checkout to get a 10% discount on your total purchase. That's unchainedtapes.bigcartel.com.
What's up, Metal Forge fans? This is Alan Bishop, the alchemist of Indiana's Black Forest and head distiller at Spirits of French Lick. Do you find yourself drawn to the unexplained, fascinated by the Fortean, or enchanted by the paranormal? If the things that go bump in the night resonate in your mind, then tune into my brand new podcast, If You Have Ghosts, You Have Everything. Featuring first-hand accounts, collected stories, interviews, history, and speculation related to all things not of this world. Available now on Anchor, Spotify, Google, Amazon, and more. Set back, relax, and remember, if you have ghosts, you have everything.
Hey, let me tell you guys about Mercenary Press. They're an independent London label and distributor of all things metal. Mercenary Press delivers the goods from their own independent zine. Trust me, you're going to want to get in on that. To distributing various bands from all over the world, including Cramp from Spain and Sadistic Force from Texas. Visit mercenarypress.bigcartel.com to find out what all they have in stock and what you can order. And for Metal Forge listeners, enter code METALFORGE10 to receive a discount on your total purchase at mercenarypress.bigcartel.com. Check it out now.
Hey Metalheads, it's with great pleasure I get to tell you guys about a new sponsor to the Metal Forge, Ageless Art, New Albany. After 20 years of owning and operating Ageless Art in Clarksville, Indiana, Phil Garrett had a vision for a new type of tattoo studio. Something that is clean and modern, sleek, refined, inviting. And he's done just that with Ageless Art in New Albany. You can find it at 2736 Charlestown Road, New Albany, Indiana, 47150. Business hours are Monday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. Sundays are 12 to 6. All sessions are appointment only, so give them a call and go get you some new ink. Or if it's your first time, go get your first one, baby.
In a broken wasteland.